vague and subjective mental construct which only serves to force us into a perspective that assumes inaction is a person's default state. So it stands to reason that any deviation from the default state takes some force. Granted, this term is useful when trying to describe how to get people to do what you want, like in business or governmental situation, but this term is misleading and disheartening when you're trying to force yourself to do what you want. In reality, it doesn't take any force for you to take action because you're always in a state of action. It actually takes force of resistance to keep you from doing something that pops into your head, because action directly follows thought if we let it. Once you decide you're going to do something, nothing can stop you except a resisting force. So, in the case of personal motivation, this resistance comes in the form of anything that keeps us from acting out a thought, whether it be gravity, physical impossibility, a decision to do something else, or even the idea that inaction is our default state. I've concluded that the problem of shutting down and getting bored or frustrated boils down to two things that are almost really one thing: expectation and perspective. It's a question of whether or not you see something as a large problem with a lot of reasons why it wouldn't be worth your time to even try, or a fun little challenge. Because basically, it's a question of how much resistance you think is going to be in your way, and whether or not you see problems as surmountable challenges or impassable walls. Now, any appealing video game, by its inherent nature, frames this question so that you're forced into a playful perspective. The challenges are constant, you can solve them however you want within the realm of possibility, and you're immediately shown the results of any attempt that you make. So then, what keeps a book full of challenges from making us feel like we're playing a game? You could say it's because we aren't shown the results or given rewards, but any experienced reader knows that the rewards are in understanding and debating over the ideas being expressed. That's where the rewards come from. I believe it's because of the stereotypical ways we communicate complex ideas. So things like blogs, news stories, magazine articles, essays, all the way down to interpersonal textual communication and conversation. They all condition us into the conception that good communication is always a direct, short, and digestible translation of human thought. And because of that, if it's not easily digested the first time we read it or hear it, we dismiss it as either broken or too convoluted for us to even understand. Here's the thing: books are mostly common language, or books speak in mostly common language, so we try to treat them like regular simple media, but they inherently have all the proper conventions and mechanics to be treated like games, such as challenges, a difficulty curve, and even rewards, albeit the rewards are pretty open to interpretation and personal experience. What they don't have is anything that says, hey, this is a problem, or this is how you're going to want to probably complete this challenge, or yay, you completed a challenge correctly. Of course, none of the Mega Man games